to teach and to share. If you're riding down Gratiot and you hit a really big pothole and your front tire blows out and you're on the side of the road, when you get home, it's incumbent upon you to tell everybody else with a car, listen, let me tell you what happened to me. Why? Why?
Because you
So
don't
what
want.
happened to you? I don't want anybody else driving down Gratiot and falling to the same problem that I found driving down. I want you to avoid that problem. What's your neighbor say, neighbor?
Neighbor.
How long have we been neighbors?
How long have you been neighbors?
Come on, just what's next to you, say neighbor.
Neighbor?
Okay, say brother, sister.
Brother, sister, how long have you been here, brother?
We don't talk enough. And when we talk, we don't talk about the right stuff.
Amen. Amen.
It's one thing for me to call you up and ask you, girl, I really like your macaroni and cheese. What's your secret? What's your recipe? Girl, that barbecue sauce was on point. What did you do? What was that little? I know I tasted vinegar and I tasted some cinnamon, but what else? Listen, that will help you for one meal. But it won't help your life. We're brothers, we're sisters, we're family, we're neighbors. I need help with my life. Now, maybe I'm a little too embarrassed to ask, because I don't want nobody to know that I got problems with my life. I'm not trying to expose myself, let you see all my problems so you can comment, because, everybody doesn't know how to comment to help you. Most people, if they're not close to you, they're going to say, listen, I saw you had a flat tire. Don't you know that you out of care or spare? I'm not looking to be put down right now.
Right.
My car is down because I only got 3 working wheels. Now, are you going to help me or are you going to put me down? Are you going to lend me your jack? Or is my car going to sit in front of the house on 3 wheels? You got some fixer flat? You got some stuff I didn't know that you can just hook up and it'll just blow. Listen, I need help right now. Can you help me with my life? Can you help me keep this thing rolling? Because I'm in a situation, I've fallen to a pass that I don't know how to get out of this that I'm in right now. Now, shame on me for not asking for help, but be my neighbor, be my friend, be my sister, be my brother, help me so I can get past this place. Can we talk? Can we? Can we be close enough? Can you be close enough? Can I be close enough? Can we be intimate enough? Can we be close so that we can talk about stuff that's real? I understand that, social media and there's stuff out there, to keep us talking. Did you see that new movie? Because everybody's talking about it. What movie? Bird Box. Everybody out there talking about Bird Box. Bird Box ain't going to help your life. You got a bird in a box. Listen, the only kind of bird in a box is KFC. That's going to help my life right this moment. Because I'm hungry. Okay. Can we talk? Can we talk about real things?
Yes.
Can we open up real dialogue and conversation for things that will advance us as a community, as a people, as a family, as a body? Can we discuss? I'm not trying to put you down. I'm trying to help you. You're not trying to put me down. You're trying to advance me. if you're close enough to be my neighbor, if you're close enough to be my brother or my sister, if you're close enough to be family, you see me struggling.
Amen.
Why would you watch me struggle? If you have the means and the information that will help me cease from struggling. Not in everything, but in this area. Well, I'm a private person, I don't share. Listen, just because you don't share don't mean you can't be helped. I'm not telling you what I read, I'm telling you what I've learned. I've been fairly, that's an understatement. I've been a private person all of my life. And I learned that because of, you know why I got private? Pain. I saw what pain looked like and I didn't want any parts of it. So I quit letting people in. Because if they ain't in, they don't know. If they don't know, then God don't have to worry about it. Christian, I got to the place in my little life journey, I could take or leave people. Because I didn't need them. I learned to live without people. I didn't have no friends, and I was cool with it. I didn't have any neighbors. I was perfect with that. Matter of fact, when I found an apartment, I found an apartment that didn't have any neighbors.
Yep.
Because I didn't want nobody knocking on my door, and I didn't want to go knocking on theirs. I have never knocked on the neighbor's door asking for anything, ever. And I made sure that I wouldn't, because the apartment that I found didn't have any neighbors. I found an apartment all to itself. And I was living in my little world, happy as a lark. And when I needed something, I went and bought it. If I didn't have money with it, I did without it. C'est la vie, c'est la guerre. It's French. Such as life, such as war. Problem with that, I didn't know it was a problem at the time, but in life and war, neither are designed to be experienced alone.
Amen.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what I was missing because I was making up my own rules. I wasn't following the rule book. I didn't know that the book of Ecclesiastes says two are better than one because they have better reward for their labor. I read it, but I didn't incorporate it. I didn't practically apply the word of God in my life. And I was losing, thinking that I was winning. Because my win was based on my rules, not God's. I was getting ahead based on my measure, Cameron, based on my measuring stick. Because I wasn't dealing with problems other people had. I thought I was ahead. But in actuality, lining up to what God designed is, I was way behind. Because what I lacked, fundamentally, was the desire to be in compliance with God's word. As perfect and good and excellent as Adam was, you know what his problem was? He was alone.
That's right.
And even God, after breathing into him and making him, he had God's breath from the source. God looked at him and said, "You're good, but it's not good." That's where I learned that success was not good unless it's shared. I learned that from the Word of God. Because I found myself in a reasonable place of success. I'm 22, 25 years old. I'm making $40,000, $50,000 back then.
Yeah.
Check this out. I got a check one month. And I don't know where this copy is. I took a copy of it. I used to have it framed. I got a check 1 month for $20,000. 1 month. I wasn't selling drugs. I wasn't doing nothing illegal. I'm 20 something. It was a long time ago. I can't even remember. 22, 23, something like that. Back then, people didn't make that much money in a year. I made that much money in a month. It was a good month. It was my best month in my life. I'm digressing. I know what success looks like. I know what it feels like. But I was alone. I had money. But if you got money and don't have anybody to share it with, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing out on. I would rather be broke. I'm saying this now. I would rather be broke and not alone than to have money by myself. I say that because no man, what verse was that? Was it 10?
Therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Christ Jesus with eternal glory.
I'm sorry, 5.
And if a man also strive for masteries,
Does
yet...
anybody want to be good at anything that you're doing?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to be good at anything that you're doing?
Yes.
If you want to be good at what you're doing, masteries is simply a level where people look at you as an expert in whatever it is that you're doing. People look at you as a go-to person. And whatever, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be riding a bicycle. People can look at you as a master. Do you know how much money Tony Hawk makes? He's basically retired from skateboarding. Because he skateboarded so well
Yes.
that people started paying him money for the hobby that he was doing. People wanted to watch him skateboard. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you listening? This man skateboarded until he got paid. He did it so well, people stopped what they're doing and took audience to... I don't know about you. I had a skateboard when I was a kid. I could skateboard. But I didn't skateboard that well that people reached in their pocket and pulled out some money.
Right.
That kid good. Where company said, you know what? Hold the phone. We want you to be in our commercial because people are captivated by what you do.
Amen.
And we realized that our brand would benefit by the way that you're doing what you're doing. Because you do it so well, if people are watching the game, or people are watching their program and a commercial going on, rather than getting up and getting something to drink, they will sit there and watch you. So we will pay you $50,000. We'll give you $500,000 to do a commercial for us so that our brand will be associated with you. Are you listening?
Amen.
No man that strives for masteries, read.
Yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully.
Now you can't skateboard and do drugs.
Right.
You can't skateboard with a joint in your hand. You got to do what you do so that people will notice, and it's not associated with anything wrong because people don't want to be associated with wrong. But if you do it, I don't care what you do. But if you do what you do, I don't care what you do. This one right here can get in the kitchen and throw some flour
Yes.
together
Yeah.
and some meat and come up with a meat pie. And let me tell you what.
Yes.
If my mama were alive today, I would slap her. Because my mama, and that's my mama now. My mama ain't never made no meat pies as good as Lenore's. Make you want to slap your mama. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. If you can add, if you can play the saxophone, I don't care what you do.
Yes.
My son got up yesterday morning, broke out the saxophone and started playing. But by evening time, he took a few breaks now, but he kept going back, kept going back, kept going back.
Yes.
Whatever you put your hand to do,
Yes.
do it as unto the Lord, and the Lord will reward you. He will reward you first. And then men will give into your bosom. Men will look for you. Hey, listen, I saw this YouTube video of this kid playing his saxophone, and he was so good. I'm trying to find him
Right.
so we can get him associated with our band. I'm trying to find this kid so we can pay him some money to do what he's already doing.
Amen. Amen.
I'm trying to make a point to you. My point is, you don't have to go looking for a job. You do what you do so well,
Yes.
the job will come looking for you.
Yes.
Put your hands together and give God
Thank you,
praise.
Lord. Yes.
Well, why aren't people looking for me? Why aren't you practicing more? No man that warreth entangleth himself. You don't get mixed up with, you don't have 7 or 8 or 9 hobbies. Find yourself one hobby and do it. Do that hobby. Let me retrace my steps here. Find that one thing that you love to do, that you're passionate about,
Yes.
and get good at it. Do it like the living, the dead, and the unborn has not done it yet. Do you know in gymnastics, when you invent a move, you do something that nobody else has ever done, you know what they call it? They call it you.
I'm a okay.
There's a whole lot of figure skaters in the world.
Yeah.
But Dorothy Hamill,
Yes.
she came up with this thing that. Now, you have to excuse me because I ain't got no skates on. Now she came up with this thing. You know who Dorothy Hamill is? She came up with this thing like you know when you spin around
Yes.
and you spin around on skates, right? And you go into the circle and you go down and you start spinning faster.
Yes.
And then she came back up and then she kicked the leg out. They were like, okay, we've seen that, but we haven't seen that twist right there. We haven't seen that little move. You know, I don't, you know, everybody kind of does that little camel thing, but that's a camel. You hear me? That right there? That's a camel. Guess why it's a camel?
Because Dorothy Hamill did it.
Because Dorothy Hamill
Coined
did it first. She did it, and people have repeated it ever since. You know, there's the camel. But they call it the camel. Regardless, who does it now?
I love it.
Because they named it after
Dorothy Hamill.
her.
That's cool.
If you're gymnastics, you're doing, you're track and field. You know, you put a bar up, it's a high bar, and you got to jump over it. Whew. Just made it over the bar. I don't care how high you jump. I don't care how high you're able to jump. You can run straight at it and jump straight over it. They said he made it. But when you do it backwards, that's the Salisbury flop.
Yes.
I don't care who does it or how high you jump. If you do it backwards, jump over backwards, you put your back over first, that's a Salisbury flop. That's how you were able to achieve it because the guy that coined that style was named Salisbury. Do well. I don't care how you do it. Do it your way. But do well. Do it to the point of excellence. Don't just do that stuff. If you do that stuff, you might as well take that and put it away. Because there is excellence in you. There is excellence in every single one of you. But the beauty of excellence is the excellence that's in you isn't in me. Which is why I can sit back and appreciate that excellence, because I can't do it. People appreciate you doing what they can. Doesn't make you better than them. It just means you can do something that they can't. Excellence is in each and every one of you. Know that.
Yes.
Find that.
Yes.
Display that.
That's good.
Why am I talking like this? I'm talking like this because I'm trying to get to this next segment, but before I do, God cannot get glory out of you until you give your best. You cannot connect with God on an average level.
Amen.
God doesn't do average. He doesn't do mediocre. If you're his son, if you're his daughter, excellence is going to be somewhere in you. Please understand, if you didn't glow before, you're going to glow after. After you've been in his presence, after you've been in his audience, after you've been connected with him, something in you is going to change, and that change is going to be for the better. So that no matter what's going on around you, not only can you persevere, but you are going to excel because excellence is in you.
Amen.
You're going to do well because it's in you. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 9. Ecclesiastes, chapter number 9. Are you there?
Yes.
You got it, Ken? Give me verse number 1.
For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God.
Listen, it doesn't matter what you do righteously, but the righteous are in the hand of God, period. It doesn't matter how you do righteously, but the righteous are in the hand of God, period. Who wants to be in God's hand?
Amen.
Who wants to be in God's favor?
Amen.
Who wants to be in right relationship with God?
Yes.
You've got to do well. And what I mean by well, you've got to do righteous. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, so saith the scripture. You cannot ask for, desire, be in the recipients of God's favor unless you're doing something right. When I say right, I mean righteous. Read.
No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them.
No matter what you experience, past, present, or future, you will never know love until you know righteousness. You will never know hatred. Regardless of how bad people treat you, you will never know hatred until you know righteousness. Why are you framing that like that? I'm framing it like that because that's what the scripture says, and I'm trying to instruct you on how to be the best you possible. Only the passionate you will ever know God. And knowing God is not a matter of intelligence or intellect. Knowing God is a matter of passion. The knowledge of God constrains you. It makes you do what He asks you to do to a level that you want Him to be happy. Until, Christian, you don't do what God says because He said it. You do what God says because you want Him to be happy with you. Because that's how you feel about Him. It becomes a matter of passion. Read.
All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner.
So as a matter of statistics, you will find that people are quote unquote blessed whether they go to church or not. You will find people of affluence without faith, and you will find people of affluence with faith. And statistically, there won't be any rhyme or reason. You would think
Right.
that people that are blessed would find more success. That's not true. It's not true at all. What am I living saved for? It's a good question. You're not living saved for success. Let me pull that out of the equation. You're not living saved to be successful. If you are, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disenfranchised. You're going to be disconnected. Because as soon as something that doesn't represent success happens to you, you're going to give up on salvation. Because your salvation is based on your desire to be successful. And if you're not being successful, then you're going to get tired of being saved. I got news for you. When you find salvation, it isn't something that you do, it's something that you become. I am saved because I was purchased. Not because of something I did, because something that was done for me. And recognizing that act of love causes me to fall in love with the person that loved me first. Somebody say amen.
Amen. Jesus. Amen.
All things come alike to all. Which means rain will fall on the just, and that same rain will fall on the unjust. If I'm a farmer, I'm praying for rain because I want my crops to grow. But whether I'm saved or unsaved, that rain is going to fall on my garden. My crops are going to fall on the man across the street and the farmer across the way. All of us are going to get rain at the same time. The question now becomes, what are you going to do with the fruit of your labor? What are you going to do with the fruit of your labor? What are you going to do with what you get from life? Everybody's in a race. But when you cross the line, what are you going to do with what you get in exchange for running this race? Are you going to just get a medal and hang it up on? Are you going to make a wall just for what you've achieved? Or are you going to show other people how to make it? You're going to show other people how to endure. Are you going to show other people what to do when it doesn't rain? Are you going to give up on farming? Are you going to give up on doing good? Are you going to give up on being good? Are you going to give up on going to church? Are you going to give up on Christianity? Because it's all the same. It doesn't really matter what you do because, you know, even the Bible says that the just and the unjust are going to receive the same. I'm getting down to verse number 11. I'm not going to do that today. We read this last week that the race wasn't given. Right?
Yes.
Do we know that yet, or are we still figuring that out? No matter what you do, whether you practice every day or you don't, whether you study every day or you don't, whether you push yourself every day or you don't, some people are going to win, and some people are going to lose. And the people that win, sometimes they're going to win honestly. Some people are going to cheat and win. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't be surprised when it does. But you can't win any race that you're not in. Are you listening? You can't win any race that you're not in, and you can't love any race that you're not participating in. All things come alike unto all. There's one event, to the righteous, one to the wicked, one to the good, one to the clean, one to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner. You want equality, that's where you find it most.
Right.
When it comes to our efforts, we're all on a level playing field. You got you have as good as much chance to win as the sinner does, based on your efforts. You got as good a chance to get into heaven as a sinner based on your efforts. Well, what good does it do for me to win? I mean, a race. Why should I even get involved? That's a really good question. Verse number 3. This is an evil. You say that again. What do we do with evil? What do we do with evil, people?
We
It'll be
shun,
okay.
we shun the appearance of it.
Cast it out. Evil isn't for you. Evil tries to get with you. Evil tries to distract you. Evil tries to get around you. But evil isn't designed to stop you. Evil wants to stop you, but evil can't. Unless the only way that evil can stop you is if you, who has all power now, unless you allow evil. Evil never has more power than you. And the only way evil is ever effective is if you allow evil. Scripture says don't give place to the devil. Let me skip down. I'm going to go back maybe next week. Verse number 11. Are you there?
Yes.
What does it say, sweet?
I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
Okay, so let's talk about time. I'm not going to get the chance today. We talk a little bit about time right now. All the time that you've been given is all the time that you have. And all the time that you have is all the time that you've been given. You have not been given more time than me. I have not been given more time than you. We have the same time. Caleb Michael doesn't get 23 hours, and Christian gets 27. All of us have 24 in a day. Now, my question then becomes, what are you doing with the time that you've been allotted? Don't ask for more. Because to ask for more means that what you've been given is not sufficient. And the giver of time, I think he knew, I think he knows, I think that he is sufficient. And if God is sufficient and he gave you 24, then 24 should do. So if 24 should do, what are we going to do? with the 24. See, the reason why I'm behind is because I allowed myself to get behind. Because I was given 24, and what I did with the 24, I allowed myself to get behind. Because I could have used the 24 to get ahead. I could have, but I didn't. Because the 24 hours is something that I was given. And I wasn't given anything else other than somebody else. And what I did with my 24 was up to me. So, there's a lot of things that I can point at and blame for being behind, but ultimately, I have to accept the responsibility for what I was given. Because to whom much is given, much is required. See, there are books. Caleb Michael, when you die, doesn't matter when you die, but when you die, the books are going to be opened. And based on the time that you were given, whether how many years, how many days, how many months, how many years, however long you were given, based upon what you were given, you're going to be accountable for the hours and the days and the minutes and the seconds that you were given. And they're going to ask, because it's written, what did you do with the time that you had on this earth? You say, well, I Netflixed and I chilled, and I did this and I did that, and I kind of sat back and I just I kind of chilled out a lot, because it was hard, and I appreciate that. But we're going through what you did, and we're looking. We need you to be accountable for what. I woke up this day and I didn't feel like. Okay, if you didn't feel like it, that's up to you. But to get ahead or to be behind is up to
You as well.
you. It's up to you. The billionaire isn't smarter than the poor man. The rich man isn't smarter than the poor man. The difference between the rich man and the poor man is what they do with their time. The weightlifter isn't stronger than the 3-pound weakling. It's just a function of what they do with their time. If the 3-pound weakling was hitting the gym every day for 2 or 3 or 4 hours a day, then that 3-pound weakling would be the strong man. Based on not who they are, but what they do with their time. The stock investor isn't smarter than it. It's just what he does with his time is he's over here doing this. You're over there doing that. And based on what you do with your time is going to determine whether or not you're enjoying life or whether you're complaining about it. Because the guy that is in the Cayman Islands right now has the same number of hours in his day as you have in yours. The race isn't given to the wise or to the smart or people that understand things. It's some very, very poor, smart people. It's some very, very rich, stupid people. Do you know that there's a kid on the internet that's 7 years old that makes like $24 million a year? All this kid does is, and I was watching this the other day, and maybe the kid, y'all can know, this kid opens up toys. He opens up toys. And he's got so many followers. Companies are sending this kid toys for free just to open them up on his blog.
Ryan's toy review.
Huh?
Ryan's toy review.
You're whispering, sweet. I can hear you.
Ryan's toy review.
Ryan's toy review.
It might be that. It might be Ryan. But whoever this, not only do they send him free toys, but they also, along with free. Now listen, our kids are asking for stuff, and we're going out and buying them, right? This kid has created a situation where people are watching him play with the toys that companies mail to him just to open for free. And then after he plays with the toys, they're also writing him a check to the tune where this 7-year-old kid makes millions of dollars doing what kids do.
Free.
He doesn't have a degree. He hasn't been to college. He doesn't have a driver's license. This kid's 7 years old, making more money than my daddy and my daddy's daddy and my daddy's daddy's daddy before me. And he hasn't been doing it long because he's only 7. It didn't take him a long time to build up this business. 7 years old. But he's taking his time and he's pouring time into his day with something that is being beneficial not only to him but to his family now. His family doesn't buy toys, his family receives toys. And if I got toys for free, I'd be happy to give to the kids. Here you go. Look what just came in from Amazon. This just came in from you. Stuff is coming in every day. This kid now has to find time to play. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Let me wrap this up. Whatever you're passionate about, you gotta find that thing and do it to a level of excellence because excellence is in you. Now, there's some other stuff is in you, but if you push out enough excellence, then other stuff will fade away. Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
See, what the world does, it wants to compete with the excellence in you. The world does. When I say the world, I mean evil. When I say evil, I mean Satan. Satan wants to surround you with everything that he has so that the stuff is in you never is really realized. It doesn't come out of you. If you take a tube of toothpaste and you squeeze it, you know what's going to come out? Toothpaste. But if that toothpaste is half full and you take the toothpaste and you submerge it under water, when you squeeze that toothpaste, guess what's going to come out?
Water.
Huh?
Water.
Toothpaste and? Water. See, what the enemy wants to do is water you down so you're not as potent, you're not as powerful, you're not as effective. So that when you go through life, you don't even feel like you. You feel like a fraction of you. You feel like a form of you. You feel like a piece of you. I want to find real me. Two things have to happen. God wants you to be real too, but two things have to happen. Either you have to get rid of the mess, or God has to give you more stress. Why would God give me more stress? Well, here's the thing. If you keep squeezing and keep squeezing, after a while, the water is going to stop.
That's right.
And all that's going to be left is the toothpaste.
That's right.
Because the real you, the real excellence is still in you.
Right.
But you're not under enough pressure to get at it and to get out of it, to get to the core of it. Which is why God sends trouble. God doesn't send you trouble to mess you up. God sends trouble to purify you. The most expensive gold is the gold that's been purified, and you can't purify anything without heat. The reason why you got heat, the reason why you got stress, the reason why you got trouble in your life right now is because God is trying to help you find your best you. Not for you to get out of the kitchen, that's a lie. That's a lie. If you can't stand the heat, listen, God wouldn't give you heat that you couldn't stand.
Amen.
You're not going to die from the heat. You will be discomforted. But you also will find purity and excellence. And that's been in you all along. Now, what some people do is they get out of the kitchen and they're happy with the level of excellence that they perform at. They're happy with being mediocre. They're happy with being almost. But I say to you, you cannot. You can ill afford allowing yourself to go to the grave at the performance level that you're at right now. The old folks used to put it like this: Lord, don't move my mountain.
Right.
Don't move my mountain, because if you move my mountain, my legs will be weak. I won't know my gripping and I won't have any skills.
Right.
Don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb.
Yes.
That way I know what's in me. I know what I'm capable of. And problems and stress and scenarios, let me see what's really in me.
Yes.
You know what? I come to find out I can go through something. You know why? Because I've been through
Amen.
something.
Amen.
I didn't give up at the first sign of danger. I didn't lose You can give up. You can. That's an option.
Right.
Or you can persevere. You can change your life. You know what? I'm going to reinvent myself. Well, you didn't invent yourself in the first place. So the idea of reinvention, you have to invent in order to reinvent. Just work with me here for a minute. Whatever path that you are on is the path that God placed you on. And you are on that path with purpose. Finish your assignment, you will be better off. Endure hardness as a good soldier. Because he that called you, he didn't call you for you to fail. He that called you knows what he's doing. He knows what you're going through. You're going, why? Why me? Why? Because you're getting better. Because you're learning. You're not learning God, you're learning you. You're learning you, so what you give to God isn't mediocre. But I'm giving myself. Yourself right now is mediocre. You're not giving your best because you haven't found your best yet. Well, I go to church every Sunday. You don't give your best because your best isn't even involved yet. You even haven't gotten down that deep. You don't know your best you because you haven't endured enough yet. This endurance, this problem isn't here to kill you. It's here to help you find and to refine what's best. Your life is like a mine, an M-I, in the E. In order to get at the best, you got to dig.
Right.
Do you think it's comfortable somebody taking a shovel and going, ugh! What you doing? I'm digging. No, you hit me with a shovel. Your best you is still in you because God put it there.
Yes. Thank you.
And the more you connect with God, the purity of that is going to come up. And you're going to find yourself with something in your hands, your heart in your hands. You're going to find yourself with something that you didn't even know that you had until you dug deep enough. You dig deeper every time it feels like somebody's taking something from you. But what's being taken from you is impure. The dregs come up to the surface and it gets taken. And you're missing that part. Don't miss that part. Don't miss what people take from you. Don't miss that. Because there's more to you than anybody can take. You've got to passionately. First of all, you have to find passion. And then when you find passion, you have to passionately perform. That means nothing's going to turn you around, nothing's going to turn you to the side. You're doing it because you love it.
Amen.
People that make pottery, they make pottery and then they get to the wheel and they're so passionate about it. And they don't care whether people buy their stuff or not. They do it because they like it. People that blow, making glass, they're making little things, they're making glass and you know, they go to the farmer's market and you see these people at the art shows and their stuff is sitting out and people are admiring. Guess what? They love the people admire. Not, they don't care if somebody buys it or not. It'd be nice if you bought it. But that's not why they made it. They made it because they like it. Will you ever buy a piece of what I make or not? It doesn't bother me. It's not going to kill me. It's not going to break me. Because I live, part of my life, part of my passion is making the stuff, not selling it. Making the stuff. And guess what? When you get to the point of excellence, when you're doing something so passionately that your product becomes so excellent, guess what? People will pay you.
That's right.
People will buy. And then we'll give it to your bosom. Some 30, some 60, and some 100-fold. Everybody stand.